Week 13. The Browns take on Ravens. Big plays, big reactions. This is SportsCenter. Welcome to your Cleveland Browns recap, where the Browns delivered a dominant statement in Week 13, shutting out the Baltimore Ravens 42-0 at home. Let's dive into how Cleveland kept their playoff seeding hopes alive with a commanding performance. Tonight's Cleveland studio timeout is the Game magazine cover story. Week 13 puts the Cleveland Browns on the cover with the #1 power picture, Travis Hunter turning up the volume in the award race, and the stories behind the score. And Angela's Nike Cleat Spotlight features the Vapor Edge Pro 362, the Alpha Menace 4 Pro, and the Alpha Menace Strong. The Browns were firing on all cylinders as quarterback Shedeur Sanders exploded for 305 yards and 5 touchdown passes, completing an impressive 81% of his throws. Wide receivers Travis Hunter and Hugh McKey each hauled in multiple touchdowns, with Hunter tallying 109 yards and 2 scores, while running back Mike Hawkins led the ground attack with 87 yards and a touchdown. On defense, Michael Tucker was a relentless force, recording 4 sacks and 4 tackles, helping to completely stifle the Ravens' offense and secure the shutout. Weekly Honors Note: Michael Tucker is also giving Cleveland a Defensive Player of the Week storyline. What was the key to such a dominant victory over the Ravens today?
Hey Angie, we really focused on executing our game plan and playing as a unit. The defense stepped up big, and our offense found a rhythm early.
How important was it to keep the momentum going as you head into the final stretch of the season?
Yeah, Angie, it's crucial for us to stack wins and stay consistent. We're right in the thick of the division race, and every game counts.
Jenny here with your Week 13 MVP race countdown from 5 to 1. At number 5, Dorian Gates for the New York Jets, 3,114 yards and 19 touchdowns. At number 4, Markel Clifton for the Denver Broncos, 3,178 yards and 29 touchdowns. At number 3, Jackson Dart for the New York Giants, 3,743 yards and 32 touchdowns. At number 2, Colin Holiday for the Seattle Seahawks, 3,062 yards and 33 touchdowns. And at number 1, Shedeur Sanders for the Cleveland Browns, 3,794 yards, 46 touchdowns, 11 picks, 291.8 a game. Your leader right now is Shedeur Sanders for the Cleveland Browns. That is your Week 13 MVP race countdown. I'm Jenny. This 42-0 looks prettier than it played, because even with Shedeur Sanders tossing 5 touchdowns, the Browns' consistency and focus still swung in and out all afternoon.
You hang 42 and pitch a shutout behind Shedeur's 17 of 21 for 305 and Michael Tucker wrecking the backfield with 4 sacks. That's domination, not mood swings.
Domination doesn't include a red zone pick and stretches where the offense drifted, and that kind of sloppiness gets you burned when it's not the Ravens folding early.
The only thing that mattered was responding to last week's Carolina warning sign, with Shedeur carving, Travis Hunter exploding for 109 and 2 scores, and a defense that never even let Baltimore breathe. Coach, Shedeur Sanders delivered. Shedeur Sanders, 17-21, 305 yards, 5 touchdown, 1 interception in Ravens 0, Browns 42. Show us how third down protection created that production.
Shedeur Sanders read the leverage before the snap. We changed the formation, forced the defense to declare, and used third down protection to put him in the matchup the game film supported.
Michael Tucker added. Michael Tucker, 4 tackles, 4 sacks. What specifically changes for the next game against Ravens?
Against Ravens, pressure identification is the counter. We will protect the favorable matchup, disguise the first tendency, and make our next call from their personnel. Not repeat last week's answer.
Injury updates show tight end Alphonso Aguirre went through a sideline evaluation during the game, but no official status was announced. Meanwhile, defensive standout Michael Tucker and linebacker Tito Valles are expected to miss the next 2 weeks. On the roster front, the Browns extended key players including center Tyler Hernandez, left tackle Cliff Kershaw, and defensive edge rusher JT Tuimoloau, while releasing linebacker Terrence Moss and guard Andrew Cordova. Rookie Manuel Aguilar also remains a key part of the defensive starting lineup. Coming up next, stay locked in for the Ian Rapoport report. Angela says if you want the insider show on contract movement, injury timelines, and Bengals pressure points, this is the one to watch. Cleveland remains at the top of the AFC North with a stellar 12-1 record, well ahead of the Bengals, Steelers, and Ravens, who all struggle at the bottom. The Browns are ranked number 1 overall in the league, leading in total offense and defense, and are on the brink of clinching the division title as they continue their title defense campaign. The Cleveland Browns sit atop the AFC with a stellar 12-1 record, but the pressure is on as they continue to fend off the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are just behind at 10-2. The Browns have clinched a playoff spot but are fighting hard for that coveted top seed. With the stakes high, every game counts as they aim to secure home field advantage. Remember, every snap carries elimination pressure as they push through the playoffs. Top plays included Shedeur Sanders' flawless touchdown connection with Travis Hunter, Alphonso Aguirre's electrifying touchdown catch in the red zone, and Michael Tucker's game-changing sack spree that kept the Ravens off balance all day. The Browns' offense and defense came together perfectly to deliver this dominant performance. Next week, Cleveland faces a tough test against the Cincinnati Bengals, a divisional rival with a 5-7 record but a dynamic ground game led by Hugh Ford, who has 663 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. The Browns will need to compensate for the potential absence of Michael Tucker, their defensive game wrecker, while counting on Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter to keep their explosive offense rolling. This matchup carries high stakes for playoff seeding and division bragging rights. Looking ahead, the Browns get Cincinnati Bengals next. Cincinnati Bengals comes in ranked 20 in the current power picture with a 5-7-0 record. The scouting board shows them at 10 in total offense, 14 in total defense, pass offense 6, rush offense 30, pass defense 11, rush defense 27. On the ratings side they check in at 89 overall. What to watch for? Hugh Ford on the ground with 663 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Jason Carnahan anchoring the defense as a defensive tackle at 91 overall. That is the assignment heading into kickoff, and those are the names Cleveland has to answer. Cleveland showed exactly why the Shedeur Sanders hype is real, and Scott and Marcus spelled out the numbers. Jenny can keep side-eyeing it, but a 42-0 shutout says plenty. Next week brings Cincinnati,